It was unfair. It was tormenting to be able to, to have to go through that.
The fallout over the brazen corruption by members of the Baltimore's Gun Trace Task Force continued to unfold today.
Of course, I was a victim of this corruption in the city. When this occurred, I was took away from my family for 3 days, and within those 3 days, I lost my 3-year-old son.
As more victims of the unit, which has pled guilty to drug dealing, robbing residents, and stealing overtime, shared their side of their encounter with these officers.
I was fearful for my kid's life, and I'm glad I did so, because I had no idea what was going to happen when they came in the house. And I hear other people's stories of how they may have been beat up or abused, and that wasn't the case, but at the same time, it was still hard to go through, to endure the torment of going back and forth to court.
Voices that have been missing from the story of how the unit ruthlessly preyed upon residents.
Since this happened, people done walked up to me and told me stories about whereas though basically last night a guy said in '09 they came to his house, robbed him, took him to his place of business, had him tied up. They had other things from different units. It's just like they worship, like the mob. They is worship, they is vicious. They so vicious.
Ivan Bates, a criminal defense attorney who organized the press conference, criticized the state's attorney's office for allowing cases where the GTTF officers were witnesses to move forward.
The officers of that gun trace task force, I can't even call them officers, because real officers don't act like they did. The criminals, they violated the constitutional rights of these people.
Lax oversight, which another attorney says forced her clients into court for crimes they didn't commit.
The defense bar knew about it, and so the defense bar is going to court and they're asking for the ID files for these officers. And they're not just being fought by the police department's attorney, who's there to protect the personnel records and to make sure that things are done according to the law. We get it. We can respect it. They're being fought by the state's attorney. One of the deputy state's attorneys in the office shows up in court and fights for these officers.
Bates' finger pointing at Marilyn Mosby raised questions about his political ambitions.
And in running for the office, there are going to be some who are going to say, he's using this to basically to help boost his campaign. I know that this is a serious issue. I need you to talk about that.
We have to sit down and look and stop protecting the dirty police officer. Because if the officers who are now criminals have said they violated people's rights, they lied, they did those types of actions, why should these individuals who may have pled guilty just to have the opportunity to go home, why should they still have that scarlet letter?
When we asked Mosby's office for comment, she said that she continues to hold police accountable, including a recent indictment of tampering with evidence against a cop caught on body camera staging the discovery of evidence. Interestingly, Crimes of the Gun Trace Task Force has elicited few comments from City Hall. When we asked the mayor this week about allegations of widespread overtime theft, she offered few words.
Mayor, there's a lot of allegations that have come out of the Gun Trace Task Force trial about overtime and police overtime, and including testimony that city employees can file 100 hours worth of overtime without filing a slip, that officers are getting overtime for guns, that officers are getting overtime without showing up. How do you respond to that given the city's fiscal situation?
So you do know that we're currently auditing overtime?
Yeah, but we haven't seen it. So
Yeah, I haven't either because it's not complete yet. As soon as it's complete, you'll see it as I will see it. I haven't seen it yet. It's not done.
Do you believe the allegations that Kevin Davis knew about this?
I don't know that they called Kevin Davis by name.
They did.
Well, again.
They said that he knew that they were getting overtime for guns. Do you support that kind of overtime?
I don't support, first of all, we're auditing overtime. That's exactly what we're doing. Every week we meet with our police department through CompStat, and we have a focus on reducing overtime.
But beyond the politics, it was the personal tales of horror that put a face to the crimes.
It's bigger than the charge that they put on me, the mark that they put on my record, the cash that was took. All of that was it doesn't matter because I wasn't there to spend the last moments of my son's life with him.
Stories that revealed just how much damage Baltimore police have caused in a community that can least afford it.
The thing that y'all think y'all seen and you think is over, this is not it. This is totally not nowhere, not the beginning. It's the beginning, but what we gonna do for now? Things got to change.
This is Taya Graham and Stephen Janis reporting for the Real News Network in Baltimore City, Maryland.